Hello friends, welcome to the video talk on current affairs and issues concerning the world of banking and economy. As usual, we'll discuss a few questions in detail and the rest I will touch and go. I'm sure you have a pen and a book with you to write as much as you would like to, and importantly, please make sure that you share feedback with us so that we become better. We would discuss what you would want us to discuss. We'll, in all these sessions, this is the ninth session, so we've been covering a lot of ground about things that are happening around the world. One thing that I have made a point is that in each class we bring in something extra beyond this set of 25 questions. Like yesterday, we just brought to you a story on Madagascar. See, strictly speaking, the story on Madagascar is not a part of any exam preparation, but just for fun, to make learning a fun process, we brought that in. So, and we also mentioned that in this session we'll discuss stockbrokers. If not stockbrokers, I'll bring in stock markets. So we could discuss this over two classes. Stock markets and then stockbrokers. Let's see how things work out in this session. Let's begin with the first session, my friends. First question. Here it is. According to the recent amendment by the Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, what is the percentage of FDI allowed in insurance intermediaries through the automatic route? Well, the answer to this question, who are insurance intermediaries? Before we discuss that, insurance intermediaries are brokers, insurance brokers, insurance consultants, third-party insurance, especially insurance brokers and insurance consultants. Now they could come in, they could set up an entire business on their own, insurance business on their own. The government of India says that 100% FDI is allowed. 100% FDI is allowed. So you could write choice 5, and friends, let's discuss FDI. And here, as is the case, I have already written discuss stock markets. Okay, so guys, we are going to discuss. To begin the discussion in detail, FDI, foreign direct investment. I'm going to explain this in detail, quite detail. So please start writing. Foreign direct investment. Foreign direct investment. So underline that first point. We'll use, as you have seen that in all these sessions, we've been using a language that people understand. We don't use any kind of language that that's technical, that's pure jargon. Okay, तो हम ऐसे भाषा इस्तेमाल करते हैं जिससे आप समझ सकें, जो एक नॉन इकोनॉमिक स्टूडेंट होता है या वो समझ सकें. Because I personally am not an economic student, so I try to use a language that people understand. So let's write foreign direct investment. Underline that first point. Capital brought in by a foreign company. Capital brought in by a foreign company to invest in the domestic economy, either through either through a joint venture, either through a joint venture, joint venture, VENTURE, either through a joint venture or a wholly WHOLLY, a wholly owned wholly owned subsidiary SUBSIDIARY. I'll repeat, SUBSIDIARY, subsidiary. So shall I repeat? Capital brought in by a foreign investor or foreign company to invest in the domestic economy, either through a joint venture or through a wholly owned subsidiary. Next point. So I'll explain this in detail. Let's first write. Next point. FDI limit or ceiling or ceiling, 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 FDI limit or ceiling in various sectors, in various sectors, various sectors, in various sectors. अंडरलाइन दैट, उसके नीचे दो कॉलम्स लिखते हैं हम, ओके, एक सेक्टर का नाम लिखते हैं, इंडस्ट्री का नाम, और दूसरा लिमिट कितनी है, व्हाट्स द लिमिट, ओके. सो राइट, we'll start with the lowest percentage and then go to the go up. So 1, public sector banks, public sector banking, that's a technical term. Public sector banking, 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 public sector banking. Public sector banking dash 20%, 20%. लास्ट कॉलम में लिखिए, स्पेस दीजिए, काफी स्प्रेड कीजिए पेज पे. पब्लिक सेक्टर बैंकिंग डैश 20%, 20%. नेक्स्ट, न्यूज एंड करंट अफेयर्स मीडिया, न्यूज एंड करंट अफेयर्स, करंट अफेयर्स मीडिया, MEDIA, मीडिया, न्यूज एंड करंट अफेयर्स मीडिया, 26%, 26%, 26%, 26%. Next, insurance, comma, airlines and defense dash 49%, 49%, 49%. देखिए यहाँ पे हमने इंश्योरेंस लिखा, सिर्फ इंश्योरेंस. यहाँ पे इंटरमीडिएट है, इंश्योरेंस हम बात कर रहे हैं, वी आर टॉकिंग ऑफ इंश्योरेंस कंपनीज, ओके, लाइक ICICI, Lombard, those kinds of companies. I'll come to this in a while. Next, multi-brand retail, RETAIL, multi-brand retail dash 51%, 51%, 51%. Next, private sector banking, private sector banking, private sector banking dash 74%, 74%. Next, banking 74%. Next, last one, telecom, comma, single brand retail, and single brand retail and wholesale trading, TRADING, trading dash 100%, 100%. चलिए इसमें से मैं काफ़ी कुछ डिस्कस करूंगा. आई एम गोइंग टू स्पेंड अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम ऑन दिस पर्टिकुलर इशू बिकॉज आई हैव सीन दैट a lot of these interview questions, interview questions, especially in banks and all, they ask you about these kinds of things, and it's good to know these things. It's now that we have time during the lockdown and everything to prepare for the exams, it's good to learn about things that we are not greatly comfortable with. चलिए, तो FDI क्या होता है? See, the government of India welcomes foreign investment in most sectors of the economy, most sectors of the economy. लेकिन there are some sectors where no foreign investment is allowed, okay, like for example chit fund business. No foreign company can set up a chit fund business in India. No foreign company can set up a chit fund business in India. No foreign company can operate in the lottery business. जैसे आपने देखा होगा यूरोपियन लॉटो, अमेरिकन जैकपॉट हिंदुस्तान में नहीं है. क्यों नहीं है? क्योंकि this is not allowed. No foreign lottery company can operate in India. Now, you in those sectors where it's allowed, the government of India puts different kinds of conditions. सबसे बड़ा कंडीशन होता है परसेंटेज कितना अलाउ करेंगे, कैपिटल कितनी अलाउ करेंगे, what is the total percentage of the पूंजी capital that the government will allow. So the numbers you see in your book now, 26, 25, 26, 20, 49, 51, 74, 100, this is the most important number you will find in FDI. So ये क्या होता है, इस नंबर का महत्व क्या है, what is the importance of this number. Take insurance business, okay? ये नहीं, intermediaries नहीं, insurance business. In the insurance sector, the government of India allows 49% FDI, which means a foreign insurance company can come to India, set up a business, contribute with a maximum of how much? 49% of the total capital. What's the maximum you can contribute to the business? 49%. So, if the total business requires, let's say the capital of the business is 100 crores, the maximum that a foreign company can invest is 49%. So, in this case, 49 crores. So, where will the rest of the money come from? Indians have to be partners. It could be a single Indian company or a set of Indian company investors who could partner this foreign company in setting up the insurance business. जैसे कि आप देखते हैं, you must be familiar with this company called ICICI Lombard or ICICI Prudential. चलिए ICICI Prudential लेते हैं. ICICI Prudential Life Insurance Corporation. Yes. Now this is a joint venture. एक joint venture है. किसके बीच में? ICICI Financial Services, ICICI Bank, which is an Indian financial services group, and Prudential, which is a British company. There are two Prudentials. One is an American, the other is a British company. So Prudential came to India, and when it came to India, it wanted an Indian partner because the government of India did not allow it to invest more than 49%. Okay, so Prudential could invest a maximum of 49% in this business. आपने HDFC Life का नाम सुना होगा, इसमें एक्चुअली एक पार्टनर है स्टैंडर्ड लाइफ. पहले नाम होता था HDFC Standard Life Insurance Company, HDFC Standard Life. अब now they remove the word standard because Standard Life is a British company. So when Standard Life came to India, it had to choose an Indian partner to start an insurance business in India. So the maximum that an insurance company in India can contribute, a foreign insurance company can contribute to the business is 49% of the capital. अब एयरलाइंस देख लीजिए. एयरलाइंस बिजनेस बहुत सिंपल सा, it's very easy to understand. You look at a company called Vistara. Vistara is a joint venture. Joint venture between who? Between Tata Group and Singapore Airlines. So there are two partners. One is Tata Group, the other is Singapore Airlines. These guys, these two companies together own Vistara. Now, what is the maximum that Singapore Airlines could invest in Vistara? 49%. That's a maximum. बाकी 91%, 51% should be contributed by Indians. You look at आपने टाइम्स नाउ का नाम सुना होगा. टाइम्स नाउ न्यूज चैनल. टाइम्स नाउ is a joint venture between who? Times of India Group and a foreign company called Reuters. Reuters. What is it? Reuters. लिखते हैं Reuters, but pronounce उनका नाम का उच्चारण होता है Reuters. So Reuters. It's a it's fully called. Its full name is Thomson Reuters, which is a financial data and news gathering agency. So Reuters could invest a maximum of how much? You see in your books, it's 26%. So in news and current affairs media, a foreign company can invest a maximum of 26%. This is these things. If the numbers are raised to 100%, then foreign companies can carry out their own propaganda here. Yeah. So the government of India is quite wary of these things. But आप insurance company का देखिए. Insurance companies, when they come in, they bring in technology, they bring in paisa, they bring in business processes. When a company is set up, what happens? Thousands of people get employment. Yeah, and of course, because the government of India doesn't want to spend its own money in setting an insurance company now, because LIC is already there. So foreign companies come in. And as more competition comes in, the premiums, the rates, premium, premium rates go down. At the same time, what happens is that more and more people buy insurance. So insurance penetration depends. So इसके बाद हम देखते हैं सिंगल ब्रांड रिटेल. सिंगल ब्रांड रिटेल में 100% FDI है. So it's a wholly owned subsidiary. No Indian investor is required in this. You must be familiar with this single brand retail. Let me explain this. A foreign manufacturing company which produces 3 brands A, B, C can come to India, set up a business entirely on its own. But under single brand rules, it cannot sell all the 3 brands A, B, C brands in one store. तीनों ब्रांड जो हैं A स्टोर, B स्टोर, C स्टोर, A ब्रांड, B ब्रांड, C ब्रांड, ये तीनों को 3 अलग दुकानों में बेच सकते हैं. So the government of India says, hello Mr. Single brand retailer, you can come to India, set up a business on your own. We don't want you to have any restriction in terms of investors. You can bring the entire capital on your own. 100% FDI is allowed. But one condition. You produce 3 brands, 4 brands, 2 brands. For each of the brands, you would need a separate store. You cannot sell all your brands under one roof. एक ही दुकान में आप बेच नहीं सकते. A very good example would be Nike, N-I-K-E. Pronounce Nike, N-I-K-E. Nike is an American company. It owns multiple brands. Golf Pro, Jordan, Air, and सबसे आसान जो हमें दिखती है, सबसे easy to relate is Converse, C-O-N-V-E-R-S-E, Converse. Yes, you see Converse stores. Converse is owned by Nike. बट आपको हमेशा दोनों अलग अलग दुकानें मिलेगी. नाइकी की दुकान मिलेगी ठीक उसके पास में या ऑपोजिट या कहीं नहीं, लेट्स से आपको कॉन्वर्स की दुकान अलग से मिलेगी, क्योंकि ये रूल है. नाइकी अपने मल्टीपल ब्रांड्स एक ही दुकान में नहीं बेच सकती. इट कैनॉट सेल ऑल द ब्रांड्स इन वन स्टोर. यू मस्ट बी फेमिलियर विद Reebok. Reebok is owned by Adidas. Okay, Reebok is owned by Adidas. And Adidas cannot sell Reebok in the stores that are marked Adidas. जिस दुकान के नाम पे ऊपर लिखा होता है Adidas, उसी दुकान में आपको Reebok नहीं मिलेगी. Please understand, these rules apply to foreign companies only, not to Indian companies. So, if you have an uncle who owns a footwear business, he can sell Reebok, Adidas, everything in one store, but not foreigners. Okay? Telecom में 100% है. जैसे वोडाफोन है. वोडाफोन, like say for example, an American company called AT&T, American Telephone and Telegraphs. It wants to set up a telecom business in India. Government of India says, most welcome. You're most welcome to set up a business. आइए, पैसा लगाइए, set up your business. 100% FDI is allowed. No foreign investor, no domestic investor will be required. Why would the government allow higher percentage of FDI in some sectors? It allows for higher FDI in some sectors which are capital intensive, which are labor intensive. जैसे कि आप देखिए टेलीकॉम में टेक्नोलॉजी इंटेंसिव भी है. टेलीकॉम requires thousands of crores of investment. So it generates employment. Towers, cabling, optic fibers. So they create demand, which is good for everyone involved. Money comes in, technology comes in, employment goes up. और रही बात आप सोच रहे हैं कि स्वदेशी वगैरह, सी वी डोंट हैव द टेक्नोलॉजी, बट पीपल ऑल्सो हैव द चॉइस दैट यू हैव भारती. इफ यू डोंट वांट टू ऑप्ट फॉर, लेट्स से यू डोंट वांट टू ऑप्ट फॉर फॉरेन कंपनी, यू हैव इंडियन कंपनीज. सो सी देयर इज दिस स्वदेशी वर्सेस विदेशी इज ए लॉन्ग टर्म झगड़ा. विल नॉट गेट इनटू दिस. ओके, अपना काम सीखना है, हमारा काम है सीखना. एंड वन मोर थिंग, होलसेल ट्रेडिंग. लास्ट एग्जांपल, होलसेल ट्रेडिंग. ये होलसेल ट्रेडिंग क्या होती है? सी सिंगल ब्रांड रिटेल में क्या होता है कि वन कंपनी कैन नॉट सेल मल्टीपल ब्रांड्स इन वन स्टोर, एंड पीपल लाइक यू एंड आई, दैट इज रिटेल कस्टमर्स, कैन गो टू Nike store and buy stuff. But in wholesale trading, you and I cannot walk in and buy a biscuit packet kind of thing. 100% FDIs है। इसमें B2B होता है। क्या होता है? B2B, बिजनेस टू बिजनेस। सिंगल ब्रांड में B2C होता है, बिजनेस टू कंज्यूमर, बिजनेस टू कंज्यूमर, बिजनेस टू कस्टमर। लेकिन होलसेल ट्रेडिंग में बिजनेस टू बिजनेस होता है। 100% FDIs अलाउड। आपने बेस्ट प्राइस दुकान देखी होगी, आपने देखी होगी मेट्रो स्टोर्स। मेट्रो जो आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग ऑफ मेट्रो शू कंपनी, आई एम टॉकिंग ऑफ मेट्रो होलसेल, very big godowns they have, very big large scale warehouse kind of stores they have. That's a German company. That's a German company. So people like us cannot go there to buy a biscuit packet. हम पास वाले गली में एक अंकल की दुकान है, वहाँ पे आप किराना दुकान में जाके खरीद सकते हैं। But in metro you cannot buy this. But what does metro do? Metro says to be able to buy with us, you need to have our membership. Only if you have membership you can buy, but the minimum you need to buy is 1,000 rupees. So people like us can go there with a card and buy. Technically, card is not given to us. No membership is given to people like us. It's given to only other businesses. किराना शॉप है, छोटे छोटे दुकानें हैं, जो GST, जो लीगल डॉक्यूमेंट्स प्रोड्यूस कर सके, उनको मेंबरशिप मिलती है। ओके, so you have FDI everywhere. In fact, FDI is a very I would say a good way of generating employment, bringing in foreign investment, and of course foreign exchange for the country. It's a win-win. We get what we have for, and overall the prices go down. Before we go to some other company, some other question, I'll just you. आपने वोडाफोन आइडिया का नाम सुना होगा? वोडाफोन आइडिया, वोडाफोन जो नाम है वो 3 डिफरेंट वर्ड से आता है। वो फॉर वॉइस, da for data, phone for telephone. So voice and data carrier is Vodafone. Wo for voice, da for data, phone for telephone. It's a British company. So direct insurance joint venture जो होता है, कंपनी सेटअप करनी है, directly they can sell to us. ICICI Lombard, HDFC Life, Birla Sun Life, all these 49%. बट अगर कोई ब्रोकर से आता है, या इफ ए ब्रोकर, फॉरेन ब्रोकर, इंश्योरेंस ब्रोकर वांट्स टू सेट अप ए बिजनेस इन इंडिया, 100% FDIs. So 1 is 5. So आपने 1-2 चीज़ें और लिखी हैं, एक काम करते हैं, 2 और लिखते हैं FDI के बारे में। प्लीज राइट। ब्राउनफील्ड एंड ग्रीनफील्ड एयरपोर्ट। ब्राउनफील्ड BROWNFIELD, brownfield, and greenfield, GREENFIELD, greenfield airports. Brownfield and greenfield airports dash 100%. ये क्या होता है? ब्राउनफील्ड एयरपोर्ट होता है an existing airport given for modernization. जैसे दिल्ली का इंदिरा गांधी अंतर्राष्ट्रीय एयरपोर्ट है, या इट्स बस एन एक्जिस्टिंग एयरपोर्ट, इट वाज गिवन फॉर मॉडर्नाइजेशन। हैदराबाद, जहां मैं बैठा हूं, हैदराबाद में एक एयरपोर्ट है, राजीव गांधी इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट। बैंगलोर में एयरपोर्ट है, केम्पेगौड़ा एयरपोर्ट। ये सब जो एयरपोर्ट्स हैं, एक ग्रीनफील्ड एयरपोर्ट्स हैं, नए। Green means fresh, okay? Greenfield airports, new, but in both the cases, 100% FDIs allowed. 100% FDIs allowed. Imagine an airport coming up. Look at the employment generated. Yeah, look at the. See, earlier we didn't have so many airplanes coming into Hyderabad. Now we are one of the busiest airports in the world. In India, it's a sophisticated, one of the best airports in the country. So I think somewhere down the line we need to understand, we can't be blind to the benefits of FDI. We need to be evaluating, saying कि भाई हमें देखना है कि इसमें एडवांटेजेस क्या है, डिसएडवांटेजेस क्या है, वो सब देखना है। ओके, सो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, who among the following is eligible to buy sovereign gold bonds? Individuals, Hindu undivided families, trust, charitable institutions, all of them are eligible. So answer is 5. Answer is 5. एक काम करते हैं, इसके बारे में नोट्स लिखते हैं थोड़ी, ठीक है? चलिए, सॉवरेन गोल्ड बॉन्ड scheme, you write sovereign gold bond scheme. Underline that. First one, bonds issued by the RBI. Bonds issued by the RBI on behalf BEHALF, on behalf of the government of India, Next, government. Okay, I am not going to repeatedly say sovereign gold bonds are, ये सब नहीं होगा. ओके, आपको शॉर्टकट में लिखना है तो SGB लिख सकते हैं, मैं तो वो भी नहीं कहूँगा. I won't even mention SGB. I'll just give you some ideas. Okay, right. Next point. Government security denominated 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 in multiples of grams of gold. जैसे 1 रुपए की पेन, 2 रुपए की पेन, वैसे ही 1 ग्राम बॉन्ड होता है, 2 ग्राम बॉन्ड होता है, 3 ग्राम बॉन्ड, ऐसे. ओके, बेसिकली एवरीथिंग इज 1 ग्राम. नेक्स्ट, इट्स अ सब्स्टिट्यूट for investment in physical gold. Next, to buy the bond, investor has to pay issue price in cash, has to pay issue price to an authorized AUTHORISED authorized broker. Authorized broker कौन होता है? सभी का ब्रोकर होता है. ओके, ऑथराइज्ड ब्रोकर, फुल स्टॉप. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट, द बॉन्ड्स आर ट्रेडेड TRADED on the stock exchange. Full stop. Investors will earn returns linked linked to market gold prices. Last point, 2 point. Bonds bear an interest rate of, okay, sovereign gold bonds SGB bear an interest rate of, a fixed interest rate of 2.5% per annum. So आपको इसके ऊपर ब्याज भी मिलता है 2.5% प्लस whatever market returns you get. So you buy gram at 4,000 rupees, the market price is 4,500 rupees. So you earn 500 rupees per gram. Okay, I'm just giving an example. And who buys this? People who really don't have much in terms of where do I store gold. Holding physical gold is a cumbersome process, my friends. There is always a threat of, So losing the gold, yeah, and of course then there is a problem. See, whether you should hold the gold at home, safety keep it at home, then or in the bank or somewhere else. So there is always this, hassle of holding gold. So safekeeping is a major issue as far as India is concerned, my friends. So this is a very good way of buying gold, yeah, physical gold. It's not physical, technically it's on paper gold, but market rates are linked. So you can sell this, recover the money and buy actual gold. Utna hi market price hai. Last point. On redemption, sorry, on redemption, cash is deposited. Cash into money is deposited in the investor's account. चलिए यहाँ पे एक तीनों का क्लासिफिकेशन है, इंडिविजुअल्स, HUF एंड ऑल. तो कितना खरीद सकते हैं? हाउ मच कैन यू बाय? इफ यू वांट टू बाय, हाउ मच, व्हाट्स द लिमिट, राइट? मिनिमम इन्वेस्टमेंट individual 1 gram. Hey, when I say minimum investment is per annum, please know that it's always per annum. Individual 1 gram. Okay. The other things, there are numbers for this. For example, it's 4 kgs for HUF and about 20 kgs for trust. That's not required. Leave it out. You won't be asked. Individuals normally they ask. So we learned a lot about sovereign gold bonds. It's a good way of generating money, my friends, generating money for yourself. I mean, people love gold. Indians love gold. India is the largest consumer of gold in the world. When I say I'm talking of largest consumer, I'm talking local demand. Okay, the 2 top consumers of gold in the world are China and India. Though Chinese prefer platinum more than gold. So you have sovereign gold bonds, it's just like FD. Okay. From here there will be lots of questions which will touch and go. Noted musician and composer Ilayaraja has been selected for the 2019 Harivara. This is a South Indian name. I am South Indian, but Harivara Sanam Award instituted by the government of Kerala. Choice 5. Who is the Kerala Chief Minister? Pinarayi Vijayan. Pinarayi. Pinarayi Vijayan. Harivara Sanam Award instituted by the government of Kerala. Telangana Chief Minister is K. Chandrasekhar Rao. If we are discussed in the past, this is a revision. Kerala, Pinarayi Vijayan. Telangana, K. Chandrasekhar Rao. Kalvakuntla Chandrasekhar Rao. K. Chandrasekhar Rao. Andhra Pradesh, Y. Jagan Mohan Reddy. Karnataka, B.S. Yedurappa. YEDDYRUPPA. Yedurappa. Tamil Nadu, E. Palaniswamy. Palaniswamy. PALANISAMY. Palaniswamy. चलिए आगे चलते हैं. Which institution has recently launched an artificial intelligence AI-powered knowledge hub for the banking, financial services, and the insurance industry? The answer is National Stock Exchange. Not much to discuss, but remember that full form: banking, financial services, and insurance sector. That is BFSI, friends. It's one of the largest employment generating sectors in India. Banking, financial services and insurance. काफ़ी हद तक skilled labor होना चाहिए यहाँ पे. The problem with India is that there isn't much skilled labor in India. Yeah. So So total labor force in India, how much is the total labor force? We have a population of about 130 crores, and of which the total labor force is 52 crores. 52 crore is the total labor force of India. 52 crore. 52. The data comes from economic survey. It's not my data. Okay. I love to read all these kinds of things. It's just fun. So we have National Stock Exchange as the one that has launched this. So answer is 2. You see choice 3 there. Gujarat International Finance Tech City. That's the full form of GIFT. GIFT City. GIFT. 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 ये काफी फेमस है गुजरात अहमदाबाद या गिफ्ट. I think we discussed these choices all that, we've discussed this multiple times. So MCLR, a methodology of setting a lending rate by commercial banks, stands for, what does it stand for? It stands for marginal cost of funds based lending rate. Choice 1. Choice 1. ये होता क्या है? What is this? So write please. MCLR. Write the short form first. Put a dash. Write the full form now. Write the full form. Write the full form. Okay. First one. Minimum interest rate. In a minimum interest rate that a bank can lend it. Minimum interest rate that a bank can lend it. That a bank can lend it. Second point. Calculated based on BACD. Based on calculated based on loan, LOAN, loan. Okay, calculated based on 1, put 1. Loan tenor, TENOR, tenor. Loan tenor. अगर आपको loan tenor का मतलब नहीं मालूम, if you don't know what is it, in brackets you write amount of time. A borrower, BORROWER, borrower has, amount of time a borrower has to repay the loan, So calculated based on loan tenor. And number 2, and marginal cost of funds. Marginal, MARGINAL, marginal cost of funds. Marginal cost of funds. What is marginal cost of funds? Underline marginal cost of funds. उसके नीचे arrow खींचिए, लिखिए rate of interest paid by a bank on deposits of similar tenor, 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 or duration. Okay, that's it, nothing else. See, you should know that this is probably the lowest rate of interest that banks can charge somebody, but this is generally used for the best of customers. Okay, it's not given to everyone, it's given to only the best of customers. And what's the current MCLR? You write this current MCLR dash This data comes from RBI website. 7.2 7.2 TO2 to 7.75 7.20 to TO2 7.75. I think that will take care of things. 7.2, when I say 7.2.2 sounds like TO2. It's pretty confusing. 7.20 to 7.75. So that's the lowest interest rate, yeah, below which a bank normally never goes. इसके नीचे बैंक जाती भी नहीं है, unless someone is exceptionally creditworthy. From here, next one. Under the Adarsh Khel program, Kheri, Miran and Bahadurpur will become the first model sports villages in India. These villages are in Uttar Pradesh. They are in Uttar Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh, India's most populous state. And who is the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh? Uttar Pradesh's Chief Minister is Yogi Adityanath. Yogi Adityanath. Yogi Adityanath. Jharkhand's Chief Minister is Hemant. H-E-M-A-N-T. H-E-M-A-N-T. Hemant Soren. S-O-R-E-N. S-O-R-E-N. Hemant Soren. In brackets, what party? You might just be asked, you could be asked which party he belongs to. In brackets, Jharkhand Mukti Morcha. Jharkhand is written there. Jharkhand Mukti, M-U-K-T-I. Mukti Morcha, M-O-R-C-H-A. Jharkhand Mukti Morcha. This is the party that led the separation movement of Jharkhand before, from Bihar. Jharkhand became a reality on 15th of November 2000. 15th of November 2000. So, Odisha, Naveen Patnaik. Naveen Patnaik. What party does he belong to? He belongs to Biju Janata Dal. Biju, B-I-J-U. Biju Janata Dal. Biju Janata Dal. Biju Patnaik was his father. Okay, and Biju Patnaik, broke away from Janata Dal of old Janata Dal and started his own party. And Biju Patnaik is also a former Chief Minister of Odisha. He was a freedom fighter. Anyway, Haryana's Chief Minister is Manohar Lal Khattar. Manohar Lal Khattar, K-H-A-T-T-A-R. Manohar Lal Khattar. And Bihar, the state with the lowest literacy rate. Bihar, lowest literacy rate. Chief Minister is Nitish Kumar. Nitish Kumar. What was India's rank in the World Bank's Ease of Doing Business Index 2019? What is India's rank? Yeah? Answer is 5. Answer is 5. 63. India's rank is 63. So एक काम करते हैं, इसमें भारत का ही रैंक नहीं, टॉप 5 ही लिखते हैं. लिखिए टॉप 5. So right. Ease of Doing Business Index. Ease of Doing Business Index. Dash or below that. Underline that. First one. Top 5. Top 5. Top 5. Rank 1. 1 Denmark. 1 Denmark. 2 Singapore. Singapore. S-I-N-G-A-P-O-R-E. Singapore. 3 Hong Kong. 4 Denmark. 5 South Korea. So let me repeat: New Zealand, Singapore, Hong Kong, डेनमार्क, साउथ कोरिया। मेरा मेंटल मैप बनाया मैंने तो ऐसा आ रहा है। न्यूजीलैंड नीचे से, सिंगापुर, हांगकांग, या डेनमार्क एंड देन साउथ कोरिया। इंडिया रैंक 63, इंडिया रैंक 63 in brackets 77 in 2018 में 77 था, आज 63 है, 63। Okay, what is an interbank transfer? I like the choices. Transfer of employees between banks and deputation, information processing in banks, payment processed by NEFT and RTGS, management information system through internet. Choice 3. Interbank transfer is payment processed by National Electronic Funds Transfer, NEFT. Please write the full form. National Electronic Funds Transfer. National Electronic Funds Transfer. National Electronic Funds Transfer and RTGS. Real time, REAL, real time. Gross, 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 real time gross. Settlement, real time gross settlement. SETTLEMENT, settlement. GROSS का उसका उच्चारण ग्रॉस नहीं होता है, ग्रोस होता है। The word gross has multiple meanings. See, gross in this case is total, okay, but normally it could, in volume, it could also mean 12 dozen. And another meaning, it's very, very bad. So something that's gross, it's very bad, outstandingly bad kind of thing. So answer is 3. Which of the following is not a member of the ASEAN? You know what's the full form of ASEAN? I'll give you notes on this. But before that, you write. What's the answer? The answer is Japan. The answer is Japan. You write this. ASEAN. Underline that. First point. Association of Southeast Asian nations. Southeast Asian nations. Association of Southeast Asian nations. Next. Head office. Jakarta. 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 Next. 10 members. Okay. We'll write the names of all the 10 members. ठीक है? चलिए देखिए 1, एक काम कीजिए 10 है तो स्प्लिट कर दीजिए 5-5, easy to, rather than one list, you write like this. 1 is Myanmar, choice 1. Myanmar. Thailand, choice 2. Thailand. Myanmar, Thailand. Next, Cambodia, country 3. Cambodia, CAMBODIA, Cambodia. CAMBODIA, Cambodia. Next, Laos, choice 3 में देखिए, Laos, 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 choice, sorry, this is the 4th country. Myanmar, Thailand, Cambodia, Laos. 5th, Vietnam. तो 5 आ गए, आप देख सकते हैं ऐसे। हिंदुस्तान, इंडिया, ईस्ट ऑफ इंडिया, म्यांमार, थाईलैंड, ओके, थाईलैंड के पास में है कंबोडिया के पास में वियतनाम, और वियतनाम और कंबोडिया के ऊपर लाओस है। लाओस इज अ लैंडलॉक्ड कंट्री, तो हम वापस नीचे आते हैं अभी थाईलैंड के नीचे। Malaysia, country 6, Malaysia, Malaysia, Malaysia. 7, Singapore, Singapore, Singapore. Singapore is a tiny island at the tip of the Malaysian peninsula. Singapore, Singapore, Singapore. 8, Indonesia, 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 Indonesia. 9, Brunei, 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 Brunei. 10, Philippines, PHILIPPINES. रिपीट करता हूं मैं, PHILIPPINES, Philippines. That's right. देखिए, ASEAN plus 3, ASEAN plus 3, ASEAN plus 3, ऐसे सवाल पूछते हैं आपको, ऐसा, और कभी कभी नेक्स्ट वन जो हम लिख रहे हैं, ASEAN plus 3 dash, so you have 10 countries plus 3, China, South Korea and Japan, China, South Korea and Japan. Next, ASEAN plus 6, ASEAN plus 6, एक और कैटेगरी लिखते हैं, ASEAN plus 6, जो आपने 3 का नाम लिखा, चाइना, साउथ कोरिया, जापान, या राइट, those 3. So ASEAN plus 6 includes China, South Korea, Japan, comma, New Zealand, Australia, and India, Australia and India. That is very comprehensive. Next, according to the Transparency International, what was India's rank in the Corruption Perception Index 2019? Well, guys, we have been pretty corrupt. Yeah, the answer is 3. Answer is 3. 80th rank, 80वां rank. तो काम करते हैं हम, we will write a list of most honest countries. Yeah, and then हिंदुस्तान का भी rank लिखते हैं. Please write. You write this. Transparency International Corruption Perception Index. Okay. Underline that. We will now write rank 1. New Zealand and Denmark, 2 देश, New Zealand and Denmark. So rank 1 में 2 है, rank 2 होगा नहीं. Yes, rank 3. Finland, 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 Finland. Next, 4, rank 4 में 3 देश. Okay, right. Singapore, 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 Singapore. Sweden, 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 and Switzerland, and Switzerland, Switzerland, Switzerland and Switzerland and Switzerland. Okay, guys, there we go. Why don't we write India rank? Right, India rank. एक काम करते हैं, ब्रिक्स जो देश हैं 5 मेरे माइंड में है, तो 5 देशों के लिखते हैं BRICS. You know BRICS? BRICS: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. So right, BRICS. Brazil rank. Brazil rank 106. 106. हाल ही में मैंने पढ़ा था तो मुझे याद है, मुझे आप डबल चेक कर सकते हैं. ओके, कुछ गलती हो तो प्लीज गेट बैक. लाइक वन ऑफ यू गॉट बैक ऑन वन इशू. वी हैव हैड वन मेजर इशू till now in all these sessions, getting the name of the surname of the governor, Lieutenant Governor of Kashmir wrong. Yeah, JNK's Lieutenant Governor is Girish Chandra Murmu, whereas I mentioned Girish Chandra Saxena. So that was, I said sorry. So I'm a teacher, I should say sorry. So Brazil 106. Next R, Russia 137. Russia 137. So Brazil is 106, Russia is 137. Then India and China. India, China same rank 80. So S, South Africa 70. Some consolation there that we are as corrupt as China is, and we are less corrupt than Brazil and Russia. So I mean, don't go by these indexes, but they are important for the exam point of view. Okay. So from in the last 5 years, things have become less corrupt. I mean, the system has improved and become a little more honest. Because if you had seen previous years' rankings before 2014, because this government loves to compare that way, things were very bad. We were ranked around 120, 108 kind of thing. So we have become less corrupt now. So next one. Which of the following companies are not regulated by the Reserve Bank of India? Merchant banking companies not regulated. Insurance companies, they are regulated by IRDAI. Pension fund companies are regulated by PFRDA. Mutual funds are regulated by AMFI. So all of the above are not regulated by RBI. Mutual funds are also regulated by SEBI. Next. So previous question, all of the above. Which states tableau जो एक ट्रेलर पे Republic Day function में आते हैं सब, या एक they represent different states, union territories, different parts of the country. That entire stage जो होता है उसको tableau बोलते हैं. Tableau. Which state's tableau was adjudged the best among the 16 states and union territories that took part in the 70th Republic Day Parade 2020? Assam. Choice 4. Assam. Choice 4. Assam का recently Assam was named the best state, the state with the best budgetary practices. State with the best budgetary practices. State with the best budgetary practices dash ranked by Transparency International. Transparency International. Transparency International. Transparency International. You know who's the Chief Minister of Assam? Sarbanand Sonowal. Sarbanand. SARBANAND. Sarbanand Sonowal. 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 Sarbanand Sonowal. Pen गिर गई वापस. So Sarbanand Sonowal. चलिए. Who won the women's title at the 2019 Rapid Chess Championship? This took place in the last week of December 2019. Okay, so the winner of this was the gold medal was won by our own Koneru Hampi from India. Koneru Hampi. So gold Koneru Hampi. इनफैक्ट आप जो तीनों चॉइसेस देखेंगे 1 2 3 गोल्ड सिल्वर ब्रॉन्ज. सो गोल्ड कोनेरू हम्पी डैश इंडिया, सिल्वर लेटिंगजी चाइना, then Ekaterina Italic Turkey, bronze Ekaterina Italic, bronze. मेंस का कल सीखते हैं. या we're running short on time. We already spent a lot of time. My time shows that we have spent close to an hour now. Yeah. So, and we have, I think, half of the discussion left. Which country has been selected for the first time to host the Shanghai Cooperation Organization's annual meeting of the Council of Heads of Government? See, इसके दो annual meeting होती है SCO की. One is heads of state, the other is heads of government. Like in India, the head of the state is the president. The head of the government is the prime minister. So India has been elected president. Choice 2. एक काम करते हैं इसके बारे में we will just write a few things about SCO. Okay guys, let's write. Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Please write Shanghai Cooperation Organization. The rest of the questions won't take much time. Okay, so wherever possible, we'll spend time. Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Underline that. First one. Established 2001. Next. Head office. Beijing. B-E-I-J-I-N-G. Beijing. Next. 8 members. नाम लिखते हैं. डैश चाइना, इंडिया, रशिया, Pakistan. Then right choices 3 4 5 ये तीनों लिखिए आप. कजाकिस्तान, तजिकिस्तान, उज्बेकिस्तान. right, Kazakhstan, then Tajikistan, then Uzbekistan. Last one, 8th one, Kyrgyzstan. KYR, I repeat, KYRGYZ. KYRGYZ STAN, Stan. So China, India, Russia, Pakistan, Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan and Kyrgyzstan. Next, 2020, right, 2020 summits. 2020 summits. Underline that. 1 or point A, head of state, जहाँ राष्ट्रपति वगैरह मिलेंगे. हेड ऑफ स्टेट डैश सेंट पीटर्सबर्ग. Petersburg, PETERSBURG, Saint Petersburg in brackets Russia. Next was B, Point B. New Delhi, head of garments, New Delhi, head of garments, New Delhi. So यहाँ पे आएंगे रशियन प्रेसिडेंट आएंगे, चाइनीज प्रेसिडेंट आएंगे जो गवर्नमेंट हेड से. Yeah. In some countries, the head of the state is also the head of the government, like in Russia and China. In Pakistan, it's not the case because the Pakistani head of the state is a president, whereas the prime minister is the head of the government, pretty much like India. Next. Which of the following money transfer methods are available 24/7? NEFT, we know the full form. IMPS, RTGS. Yeah? What is available? RTGS is not available. 1 and 2 are available. So choice 4. Choice 4. I think we all know the full forms. We all know this. This is not the time that we should spend here. Name the astronaut who has broken the world record for the longest time spent. That's about 328 days by a woman in the space. The answer is 3. Christina Koch. She was back recently. She spent almost a year up there, friends. Yeah. So choice 3. We'll not discuss everything else here, but yeah. So choice 3. She's an American. According to the guidelines for on-tap licensing, now small finance banks in the private sector to the RBI, payments banks willing to convert themselves to small finance banks can apply for a license only after 5 years of operation. 5 years of operation. 5 साल तो उनको they have to work in the they can work, they will have to work in the sector as payments bank. Only then after 5 years, if they apply, they may be considered to be made into SFBs. So sorry. So choice 2 था वहाँ पे. Whom of the following has become the youngest girl in the world to summit Mount Aconcagua, which is the highest peak in South America? Kamya Karthikeyan. Choice 2. काम करते हैं. Highest mountains on all the continents लिखते हैं, because it's mentioned here the highest peak in South America. ठीक है, पहले आप लिखिए South America, Mount Aconcagua. 3 लिखते हैं. I remember some rough estimate of what's the height. Yeah, right. Aconcagua dash South America dash 6960 meters. 6960 meters. So साउथ अमेरिका से हम चलते हैं ऊपर नॉर्थ अमेरिका. क्या लिख रहे हैं हम? कॉन्टिनेंट पहले लिख रहे हैं या पीक पहले लिख रहे हैं? देखिए आप कन्वीनियंस. I will go with the continent first, and then the mountain, and then the height of it. Okay. So South America, Mount Aconcagua, 6960 meters. Next, North America dash Denali, DENALI, in brackets. इसका दूसरा नाम, इस पर्वत का दूसरा नाम भी है McKinley, MCKINLEY. McKinley, Mount McKinley कहते हैं इसको. McDonald's plus Kinley is McKinley, my friends. I know it's a bad joke, but MC Kinley. Height is 6194 meters. 6194 meters. 6194. Cross Atlantic. Let's go to Europe. Elbrus. 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 5642 meters. 5642 or 43, I think 42 meters. 42 meters. 5642 meters. We went, what is it? South America to America, Europe, and नीचे आइए Africa. Kilimanjaro, Kilimanjaro, Kilimanjaro dash 5895 meters. Next, Asia. What's the mountain? Mount Everest. I repeat, EVEREST. Everest. 8848 meters. 8848 meters. 8848. Next, last one. ऑस्ट्रेलिया, काफी छोटा पर्वत है यहाँ पे. ऑस्ट्रेलिया, कोस्योको, KOSCIU, I repeat, KOSCIU, SZ, KO. To repeat, KOSCIUZKO. That's the right spelling. Okay. KOSCIUSZKO. Dash. What is the height? 2228 meters. 2228 meters. बहुत छोटा है, आप देखिए. It's about 1/4 of Mount Everest. 28 meters. So all we got all guys, all continents. Antarctica we didn't write anything, but that's okay. And by the way, do you know what? If you look up the heights of all the mountains that you wrote, this Mount Aconcagua is the highest outside Asia. Just check your list once. Highest outside Asia, isn't it? Yeah. Sister 690 would make it the tallest outside Asia. Banks are not allowed to lend outside the base rate, or below the base rate. Which of the following are the exceptions to this rule? Yeah, all of them. Choice 4. All of them. Choice 4, friends. Differential rate of interest advances, loans to banks own employees, loans to banks deposits, their own deposits. Because the deposit is already there, they don't really have to worry too much about losing the money. So the rate of interest is low. And bank employees को काफी कम ब्याज मिलता है. Yes. So choice 4. This is a self-explanatory question. Next, who has been honored with the Ernst and Young, ERNST, Ernst and Young, 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 Ernst and Young Entrepreneur of the Year Award 2019. Someone in this list received EY Entrepreneur of the Year Award 2019 and will represent India at the World Awards. So who? The answer is choice 1. Kiran Majumdar-Shaw, who is the CEO of Biocon. Biocon is a biotechnology and pharma company. Basically a biotechnology company. Kiran Majumdar-Shaw. जो भी आपने देखा यहाँ पे नाम देखिए 3, 4, 5 ये जो भी फाउंडर्स हैं, फाउंडर्स ऑफ दिस कंपनीज. ओके, आपको एक दिलचस्प कारण सुनाता हूँ मैं एशियन पेंट्स के बारे में। आप जो नाम है यहाँ पे KBS आनंद, ही इज नॉट द फाउंडर, ही इज द CEO, बट आई टेल यू समथिंग अबाउट एशियन पेंट्स। एशियन पेंट्स व्हेन इट स्टार्टेड, for a long time it held, 4 friends started it. 4 friends, close relatives, brothers, they started this. At that time, the company's name was Bombay Oil and Paints Limited. Bombay Oil and Paints. The company expanded, did very well. Now they wanted a name that would signify the larger presence of the company, the larger business of the company. तो नाम भी बड़ा होना चाहिए, कुछ और नाम होना चाहिए, तो they couldn't agree on the name. So finally they said, okay, एक काम करते हैं, we'll take the Bombay Telephone Directory. We'll take the Bombay Telephone Directory, and let's say when we open the one page, at the top जो पहला नाम होगा वही अपने कंपनी का नाम। तो उन्होंने बॉम्बे टेलीफोन डायरेक्टली खोला, ऊपर देखा एशियन था, इसलिए एशियन पेंट्स हो गया। ठीक है, ये सही है। That is what I read. Okay, Paytm is payment plus ATM, automated teller machine. That's how the name comes. So it's whose consent and signatures are required if a partner of a firm wants to open a bank account in the name of the firm? Obviously, all the partners. It's a very simple question, pretty simple one. Choice 1. There's nothing to discuss here. So, who's a dormant partner? Look at this. Dormant partner is someone who's not active, someone who has contributed capital but is not, he does not participate in the day-to-day activity of the business. The one who participates every day is on a day-to-day is called managing partner. Managing partner. No, this is not the question. I think, this is the question. Offshore banking. Offshore banking is bank dealings in foreign exchange? No. A bank dealing with only oil and natural gas corporation companies? No, not at all. Offshore bank is a branch of a bank in another country, tax haven, accepting investments of private customers and not accepting local deposits in that country. Choice 3. Terrific question. ये क्या होता है कि a lot of people would want to escape paying tax. So what they do is they kind of they put their money abroad. कल हमने हवाला के बारे में बात की थी, तो हवाले के जरिए money is brought to these accounts, okay, is brought to these banks and deposited here. So in countries like Bahamas, you have these countries like Bahamas, Gibraltar, the Canary Islands, all these places, friends, they have almost no tax, very little tax. तो एक तो टैक्स भरना नहीं पड़ता, और दूसरा what's the source of your income, what the source of that money is not to be disclosed, it's not required to be disclosed. So people who want to escape paying taxes in India, they take their money to these accounts. Places like Bahamas are called tax haven, HAVEN. A haven is a refuge, a place which is a safe shelter. So काफ़ी जगह ऐसी दुनिया में जहाँ बर्मुडा है, बहामास है, जमाइका है, people park their money in all these places. So, very long question. The RBI expanded the scope of the special non-resident rupee account. In this context, which of the following statements is or true? NRS can open, non-residents, Indians can open SNRR accounts for rupee denominated overseas borrowings, yes. Trade credit and trade invoicing for popularizing cross-border transactions in the domestic currency, yes. See, ये काफ़ी complex दिखेगा आपको, ये है नहीं. Basically, they can use this account for business purposes. That's it, nothing else. The restriction on the tenure of the SNRR account, which currently is 7 years old, has also been removed. Yes, it has been removed. Choice 3, any person who is a resident outside India and has business interest in India can open a non-interest bearing SNRR account with the bank for bona fide transactions rupees. Yes. ऑल ऑफ देम आर राइट, चॉइस 5. सो बेसिकली एक तरह का अकाउंट होता है जो फॉरेन, जो इंडियंस अब्रॉड रहते हैं, दे कैन ऑपरेट दिस अकाउंट. To ensure that people follow rules, the government has liberalized a lot of things. Basically, that's it. टैक्स रेट्स भी कम होते जा रहे हैं. एक ज़माने में टैक्स रेट्स आज इनकम टैक्स स्लैब्स कम हो गए. एक ज़माने में 30 slabs and income tax rates very high, and that is what also promoted black black money economy, because if the tax rates were very high, I didn't want to pay tax. If I didn't want to pay tax, I wouldn't declare it, I wouldn't show it in the books of accounts. If I want to show it in the books of accounts, it is black money. Black money is in the dark, अंधेरे में रखने वाला, रहने वाला काला पैसा. तो जो if I don't declare, there is no tax. But now tax rates are going down. The money is being spent in a more transparent way than in the past. So people are now coming forward to pay taxes also. So things are changing, but they will take some time. I think this is the last question. Yeah. With which company has SBI, the State Bank of India, partnered to train the differently abled for employment in the banking, financial services and insurance sector? काफ़ी बार सुना है हमने आज BFSI. तो ये है differently abled for employment. Answer is Microsoft. Answer is Microsoft. Answer is Microsoft. So एक काम करते हैं, Microsoft इन सभी कंपनीज के बारे में लिखते हैं. तो प्लीज राइट Microsoft डैश, हेड ऑफिस कहाँ पे, CEO कौन है, ये लिखते हैं पांचों कंपनीज के बारे में. Microsoft डैश, Redmond, 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 Washington, REDMOND, Redmond, Washington, USA. Washington is a state, Redmond is a city. Redmond, Washington, US. Underline Microsoft, pull it down arrow right. World's biggest company. World's biggest company. World's biggest software maker. Simple. World's biggest software maker. World's biggest software maker. Who's the CEO? Satyanarayana Nadella. Satyanarayana Nadella. So Microsoft dash Redmond Washington dash Satyanarayana Nadella, और Microsoft के नीचे we wrote what it is. So Satyanarayana Nadella, NADELLA, Nadella. Right, Cisco dash San Jose, SAN, San Jose, JOSE, San Jose, California. In fact, they have a main office in San Diego also. Okay, right. San Jose, California. And what is this? CEO is Chuck Robbins. CHUCK Robbins, ROBBINS. Chuck Robbins. So underline Cisco, लिखिए आप. top two largest telecommunications equipment and internet gear, GEAR, gear नहीं कहते हैं, gear कहते हैं, gear maker, internet gear maker. Internet gear maker काफी बड़ी कंपनी है माय फ्रेंड्स, वेरी बिग. आपको ये जानकर आश्चर्य होगा कि इसका नाम जो है सिस्को, इट कम्स फ्रॉम द नेम ऑफ द सिटी ऑफ सैन फ्रांसिस्को. जैसे मैंने इतना स्लो से कहा है, आप भी कहिए सैन फ्रांसिस्को। जो लास्ट 5 लेटर्स है सैन फ्रांसिस्को में यही है, सिस्को। या नेक्स्ट राइट, वॉलमार्ट। वॉलमार्ट, वॉलमार्ट डैश बेंटनविल, BENTONVILLE, बेंटनविल, BENTONVILLE, बेंटनविल, कॉमा आर्कांसस, ARKANSAS, आर्कांसस, आर्कांसस, Bentonville, Arkansas. Dash, who's the CEO? Yeah, Doug, D-O-U-G, D-O-U-G, Doug. It's actually Douglas. Doug Macmillan, MCMILLON. I repeat, MCMILLON, Macmillan. Macmillan. Underline Walmart, pull a down arrow, right? World's biggest company by revenue. World's biggest company by revenue. Last year I think they made about $520 billion. Lot of money it is. So Facebook, right? Facebook dash Facebook head office Menlo Park, MENLO, MENLO, Menlo Park, 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 Menlo Park, comma California, Menlo Park, California, Menlo Park, California. The CEO Mark Zuckerberg, Mark M-A-R-K, Mark Zuckerberg, Z-U-C-K-E-R-B-U-R-G, Zuckerberg, Mark Zuckerberg, Z-U-C-K-E-R-B-U-R-G, Zuckerberg, Mark Zuckerberg, Mark Zuckerberg. Last one, Amazon, Amazon, Amazon. You want to write Facebook. Facebook, as you know, is the world's largest social networking company. Largest social networking company. Amazon, right? Underline Amazon. Right. Head office Seattle, S-E-A-T-T-L-E, S-E-A-T-T-L-E, Seattle, comma Washington, 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 Washington. Okay, Washington State. देन आप लिखेंगे सीईओ का नाम जेफ बेजोस, जेफ बेजोस, जेफ बेजोस। ये देखिए, दिस अमेरिका, दिस इज वॉशिंगटन स्टेट। ये जो यहाँ पे आप देख रहे हैं, ये वॉशिंगटन डीसी है, कैपिटल। ओके, दिस इज वॉशिंगटन डीसी, कैपिटल ऑन द ईस्ट कोस्ट, एंड द वेस्ट कोस्ट ऑफ अमेरिका यू हैव वॉशिंगटन स्टेट यहाँ पे। ठीक है, दिस इज द स्टेट वी आर डिस्कसिंग, दिस इज द कैपिटल ऑन द ईस्ट कोस्ट। सो Jeff Bezos, underline Amazon, right? World's top two e-commerce company. World's top two e-commerce company. Okay guys, I think that's it. I mentioned that I will discuss stockbrokers and share market and everything. I have written here as discuss stock market. एक काम करते हैं, आज छोटा सा कुछ करते हैं. We will discuss what is the share and everything. Next session, how the trading happens basically. Okay? I'll bring in my friends because see, these are very talk intensive session, and everything is like, we have to discuss some complex things in great detail. So please write, what is a share? लिखते हैं 10. अच्छा, we'll discuss for some time. What is a share? Underline that. Total capital is divided. Total capital is divided into a number of units. Total capital is divided into a number of units. Full stop. Each unit has an equal value called face value, in brackets, also called par value, par value. Next, each such unit with an equal value is called share. SHRE, share. Okay, I'll just listen to this carefully. Let's say, there are two kinds of companies: private sector, public sector. In a private limited company and a public limited company, let's say private limited, you require minimum of 2. Remember, to start a private limited company, you require minimum of 2 persons who would contribute capital. To start a public limited company, you require minimum of 7 लोग चाहिए, कम से कम 7 लोग who would contribute capital, who would promote the company. These people who initially contribute the capital and start the company are called promoters. और आप देखिए अभी, in a private limited company, the minimum number is 2, the maximum is 50, generally 50. Okay, in most cases it's 50. In a public limited company, what's the maximum that could contribute capital? Oh, unlimited. It is unlimited. Unlimited, my friends. So, let's say you want to start a company. We will call it, our company called, we'll call it U&I company. U&I company. The company called U&I, let's start it with 1 crore in capital. 1 करोड़ रुपए से, 1 करोड़ रुपए के साथ, 1 करोड़ की पूंजी के साथ हम इसको शुरू करते हैं. Now we have started this 1 crore in capital. We don't want to invest our own money because if we invest our money entirely, the entire 1 crore is ours, and the business fails, we stand to lose it. We stand to lose all. So what we do is we follow age-old business principle called OPM. What is this? Other people's money. Other people's money. We use other people's money to run our business. तो हम क्या करते हैं? To make people invest in our business, we divide our capital into number of units. अब definition देखिए आप. The total capital is divided into number of units. Let's say we divide this into 10 lakh units. 10 लाख यूनिट में डिवाइड करते हैं. हर यूनिट का वैल्यू कितना हुआ अभी? हाउ मच इज द यूनिट वैल्यू? 10 rupees. 10 rupees. This 10 rupees is called face value or par value. Why is it called face value? अगर आप 10 रुपए के नोट पे देखेंगे, 10 रुपए का नोट है, अगर आप यहाँ पे लिखा होगा 10 रुपए, on the face of it it's written 10 rupees. That's why it's called 10 rupee note. The value of the note is 10 rupees because on the face of it it is written 10 rupees. So par means equal, so all units are equal value. So let's say your uncle wants to invest in this company. He wants to buy 100 shares of this company. 100 shares of how much? 10 rupees each, at 10 rupees each. Look at this now. Total capital divided into the number of units. Each unit has an equal value, in this case 10 rupees, and each such unit is called a share. How many units are there? 10 lakh units are there. So these 10 lakh units are shares. Okay. Now guys, someone wants to invest in the company. They have to buy shares. Let's say your uncle wants to buy 1,000 shares. 1,000 shares in your company. 1,000 at 10 rupees each, an investment of 10,000 rupees. So your uncle becomes an investor in your company, a capital contributor. As a capital contributor, your uncle becomes a co-owner of the company. He's a co-owner of the company. That's it. That's how shares are sold. Okay. If the company comes up with it's a very first public issue. Let's say our company called U&I company. It's a very first public issue. This would be called IPO, initial public offering. Initial public offering. So normally companies that that have a very good reputation, have a very good track record of having done well, before they came out with an IPO, they normally a lot of people would contribute to such a company. You have SBI Life, which came out with an IPO recently. Which came out with an IPO. It was oversubscribed multiple times, but sometimes market conditions also play a role. So now that your uncle has bought shares, what will happen next is what we will discuss next tomorrow. Okay. Thanks for being here, and as usual, my friends, stay curious, have a lot of fun, stay home, stay safe. Thank you.